What's up, everyone? This is Polymer, and welcome to my LMS Tribridding quick guide. So what the heck is LMS? LMS is actually a pretty cool mini game where it can be a profitable money-making method. So LMS stands for Last Man Standing. It's located in the Ferox Enclave. How you can get there is just by using a Ring of Dueling, and Last Man Standing is right over here. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk a little bit about the points and how this actually works. So Last Man Standing is pretty much like a battle royale. You have an opponent, you have to kill your opponent. For every kill that you get some points. And for every point that you accumulate in the game can then be used to trade Justine. And then you can buy items with your points with Justine, and then you can actually sell those items to the GE or other players. So that's how it can be a pretty good money making method if you are good at it, of course. It's also a really good way to try out Tribridding PKing and actually just getting better at PKing overall. So that's a little bit of background of LMS. Before you even go into the competitive barrier, you're going to want to do three things. First, you're going to want to click on your supply chest and set up your switches. This is basically your inventory, and you want to go ahead and set up your switches for your Tribridding PKing. So what's Tribridding PKing? If you haven't heard of it before, Tribridding just means using your three combat styles. So melee, range, and mage. What I have over here at the bottom is the Dragon Dagger, and that is because your spec bar is actually towards the bottom of your inventory when you switch using your F keys, and I'll get into the F keys in just a second. So here's my switches. You can set it up however you'd like. Go ahead and feel free to take a screenshot if you'd like to try this out. So once you set up your inventory using the supply chest, you're going to want to go ahead and set up your F keys. So how you do that is clicking on the wrench, click on the joystick, and click on the F keys. This is my setup. Go ahead and feel free to set it up however you'd like, or you can take a screenshot of how I do it and test it out. What I do is use an F2 for my attack, F4 for my inventory, F5 for prayer, and F3 for my mage book. I don't really use anything else. So go ahead and set that up. And then last but not least, you're going to want to set up your XP drops. So make sure that you toggle it on. So when you hover over it, you want to make sure you say, yes, show XP drops. And you want to show your XP drops so that way when you see that you hit something on your opponent, depending on the bigger the XP drop, the bigger the hit that you've hit, right? So then that shows that you can maybe go in for a spec afterwards. So those are the three things you want to set up: your inventory by using the supply chest, setting up your F keys, and then also making sure that you have the toggle to show your XP drops. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be talking a lot through this. All right, so you only have 7 seconds before the game starts. So go ahead and pot up and then pray what you think your opponent's going to attack you with. All right, so they're attacking me with range. So I want to pray range and put on my rigor. All right, so the big deal that you want to do is you want to go ahead and anticipate what your opponent's going to use so that you can protect from it. So they're using melee, I want to protect from melee, but I'm using range, so I want to use rigor to help me with my range. All right, so it's a little bit of practice that you need to do. What I like to do before I switch into a different attack style, I'm going to go ahead and use that prayer to help me out. So if I want to go ahead and change over to melee, I'm going to pray piety. Okay, maybe not yet. This is so hard to talk and like show what to do at the same time. All right, well, especially if they're relatively good. I don't know if they're good, but anyway. So I want to go ahead and use my melee attack style. So go ahead and use piety and switch over to my whip. All right, so they put on melee, and I haven't put on my melee yet, but now I want to go ahead and try to get a hit on them off prayer. Okay, so. And they're about to hit range, and I want to. Oh my god, horrible RNG. I forgot to eat. Alright, well. This is actually pretty hard to do this at the same time. All right, so as you can see there, I used my DDS at the bottom and then I spec'd them out. So once you get a bloody key, you're going to want to go ahead and run over to one of the areas to get your chest open and then click on your upgrade. So a light ballista. Oh my, no, this is a heavy ballista. So I never actually used a heavy ballista before, so I'm not even going to attempt to use it. So let's go ahead and see who our next fight is. So since I killed one player, that means I actually get 1 point, and then I can again use those points to trade Justine to actually get some items and trade them in the GE or with other players to actually make a profit. Couple more tips. Sometimes there's fog that comes around, so you'll start to see your screen turn red. You're going to want to run away from the fog. Try to get acquainted with the map itself. I actually don't know the map myself yet, but go ahead and take a quick screenshot of the map. Also, some other things are sometimes a magical loot crate appears, so you're going to want to go ahead and try to get that item from the magical loot crate. I never really played enough, to be honest, to get a weapon from the magical loot crate. I barely kill one, if not two people. But yeah, hopefully this helped you guys out. If you like the content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay safe, everyone. Thank you. Bye.